Hello everyone, Vixeria here with another tutorial on Novelty. I realize it's been quite a while since I've actually posted a video tutorial on anything. 6 years specifically for Novelty, but well, here we go. So today I'm going to go over opening and closing screens, but with a single button. And so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first thing, when you launch your project, obviously you're going to probably already have a project in motion. So I'm going to go ahead and get this main screen going for us. So let's go ahead and just add a random background here, and I'm going to lock this scene, and I'm going to go ahead and add a new layer, and I'm just going to title that layer 1, or just layer, it doesn't really matter. And the reason I do this is because Novelty has a feature where, okay, well, it's not really a feature, it's a glitch, but Novelty has this thing where when you export a game, or when you export your game or your project, it will just completely and totally erase your backgrounds. So a way around that is to right click, add to scene, and it will add it to your background right here. And when you lock it in place, it'll ensure that you don't accidentally click on it or move it or anything. So from here, I am going to go ahead and add a button, and I'm just going to add a simple button. It doesn't need to be fancy right now. So here's our button, and this button is going to be named Open Screen. So we are going to go ahead and open screen. So we are on novel page 1, and just so we don't forget, let's go ahead and add a wait time. We're going to set that to forever because we need to open the screen. We don't really need to go through whole novels or anything, so we're just going to open the screen, and I am going to go ahead and add a screen. And this is screen 1, and you can name it whatever you feel like, but just remember that you have to be specific when you're writing out scripts. It has to match what you write down. So I'm just going to leave this at screen 1, or I can even rename it if just for the purpose of this video, actually. So let me go ahead and just random screen 1. Random screen 1. So here we are, random screen 1, and we are going to add some text just so that we know that it's opening screen 1. Now keep in mind, if you don't add a background to this, it will show up over this. So for the purposes of our thing, we're going to go ahead and add a text object just so that we know this is screen 1. And we are going to go ahead and add a background, just a random one. It doesn't really matter what background we add to this, and we are going to just move that to the bottom, and we are going to go ahead and lock that just so that we don't accidentally mess with it. And from here, we are going to add a button. And this is our sample button. So this sample button is going to be named, I don't know, open close screen. So we're going to use this one as Well, we're going to put this caption as screen 2. That way we know that we're about to open screen 2. And this button is actually going to run a script. So here's our script. And yes, you can technically type out a script right here. I will show you both ways on how to do this. So just to test this out real quick. Well, I'll show you my method first. So it's a good idea to have all of your scripts in one area, simply because it's just easier to keep track of. But this is going to be named open close script. And this is a void, so we are going to type in the name of our script. So for this one, we are closing screen 1, close screen 1, and we're opening screen 2. Open parentheses, close parentheses. And that is the name of our script. Then we are going to do open braces, and it's going to automatically create an open and close braces for you. So from here, we are going to type in novel dot close screen. And remember, capitalize your C and capitalize your S, because otherwise it's probably not going to do what you need it to do. Yep, see, it doesn't recognize that as a command of any type. So we're going to close screen, open parentheses, close parentheses, and we're going to put a semicolon, because that's the end of that strip. And we're going to hit the enter button, and we're going to type in novel.open screen. Pretty simple, right? And we're going to open parentheses, and you're going to put in quotation marks, and you're going to type in whatever the name of your second screen is that you're trying to open. So for me, it's going to be random screen 2, and we're going to close parentheses and close quotation marks, and we are going to do a semicolon at the end of that. And this concludes our script. Now keep in mind, when I attach the file for y'all guys to go ahead and just download and add to your whatever you're adding it to, it will have things like this, and these are just notes. And I really do love this particular method, because then at least it will show you guys what y'all guys need to be looking for. Now the other way to do this, actually do this, is you can straight up type novel close screen and novel open screen if you really wanted to. But this is the way I do things. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out, and we are going to put this in here, and we're going to hit our save button. Perfect, right? Right. So right here, we are going to type in close screen 1, open screen 2, with a semicolon at the end of it, because this specifies that we have a script somewhere named this. And if you're iffy on the spelling, you can always highlight this, Control C if you're using a a Windows computer or Windows PC. And you can hit the Control V button and just add a semicolon at the end of that. So from here, we've got our button set up. This is screen 1. So now we're going to go over here, we're going to hit this part, and we are going to duplicate this screen. Or at least I am. You will probably have something different. But for me, I'm going to be duplicating this screen, and I'm going to rename it to Random Screen 2. And Random Screen 2 is right here. Boop. Right there. So, in Random Screen 2, we are going to go ahead and unlock this layer. And we're going to go ahead and change this just so that we know it's opening up a different screen. Plus, you know, what the heck? We can go ahead and get rid of that background, and we can completely and totally choose a different background just to play it safe in case we don't recognize this second background. It's always a good thing. So I'm just going to move that to the bottom there, and I'm going to lock it in place. And we apparently cannot see our dialogue here, so I am just going to change the color of that dialogue just so that we can see it. Alright, now we're going to lock it in place. And our button here. Now, right now, because we duplicated our screen, it's going to say the same thing as our first screen. And it's going to end up closing this screen and opening up another screen. So, or at least it's going to close this screen and try and open up the same screen. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just copy and paste, and we're going to change the name of this one. So change the name. This is going to close screen 2 and open screen 1. And we are going to specify that it's going to open the random screen, because that's, I have it set to random screen 1. See? Gotta be careful. So, alright, and that should do it. Now, if you come across a case where it's doing something kind of funky and won't actually close your screen, or wants to close a button of screens, you can easily specify what screen you want to close. For example, we are on screen 2 here. So what you would do is open quotation marks, and you're going to type in the name of this screen, which is random screen 2, and you're going to close parentheses. And it's going to specify that it's going to close this screen specifically. That way, in case you come across any problems, at least then it will be able to specify, and you won't get like a billion screens closed at once in case you have multiple screens up. In which case can probably get a little bit confusing. So, for now, we are going to keep this simple. We are going to keep it just like this. We are going to hit our save button. We are going to come over here, and we are going to just double check this right here. Control C, Control V, and we're going to put a semicolon at the end of that. And just in case, we're going to hit the save button, and let's hit the play button. And it works. We didn't get any errors. If you got an error, that usually means that you might be forgetting your semicolons, you might be forgetting your parentheses, you might be forgetting your braces, your brackets, or whatever. You might have named a duplicate script You might have even have named your buttons wrong, or even your screens wrong. So just double check all of your names. Everything has to be specific. So let's go ahead and test this out. We're gonna open screen. Uh-oh. It looks like I myself forgot to specify that it needs to open a screen. So this is going to open screen 1. Now let's try it. So there we go. So open screen 1, and then it's going to close screen 1 and then open screen 2. And it works. Uh-oh. What did we do? So this right here is telling me that it's attempting to close the screen, but it's also stuck. So let's go back to our script over here and let's see what's going on. So when we come over here to screen 2, this right here, you see what I did there? You see this name right here? That's the name of this one. So we're double checking, we're making sure, and that should solve our problem. And don't forget to put your semicolon at the end of that, because that specifies that that's this script. So let's go ahead and hit the save button and let's press play. So open screen, screen 2, screen 1. Actually, we did forget to do one thing. We forgot to name this back to screen 1. But we did just see that it works. So it opens screen 2, and open screen 1. Perfect. So that pretty much concludes this tutorial. If you want to go ahead and save this script, all you have to do is hit the Save As button, and you can save it as a file or save it to your asset library. The one that I'm going to provide has notes all written through it. In fact, I have already created it. So all you have to do is hit this Load from File button, and you can come on in here and click on the Open Close button script that it will be named. And as you can see, sometimes it does a weird glitch and will make other scripts turn red for some reason, but it's not broken, so we're pretty much good. So this is the script that I will be giving to you guys, and it has all of the notes in case you need them. Sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and we forget what is what, so the notes are there to help. And remember, you can always change your names if you want to. It doesn't matter what you name them, just make sure they're all matching up with everything else. So this concludes the tutorial. Hopefully you guys learned a thing or two, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!